Riddick trilogy, like I said, 2-3-1. That's my new standings as of right now.
Would you now that you've done the standings, and so last episode you said Chronicles and Pitch Black were both 5s. Is this a 5 as well?
Yes.
So this is quite possibly one of the best trilogies ever made, you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, like, we're talking like 5 Chris heads for each. I think the another one, actually I know the other one would be Captain America.
Yes. Yeah.
Captain America is a perfect trilogy. Because like even Civil War was, I mean, there's not really too many negatives that I can think of, and if they are negatives, they're just kind of like, yeah, but you know,
I mean,
like, yeah, but all of this was awesome, you know.
There's really not a lot of perfect trilogies when you think about it. Like,
no, because like even, and I love the Nolan trilogy Batmans, but Batman 3 or sorry, Dark Knight Rises, you know, it's not as good as the first two. You know, it's same with Spider-Man, the Raimi trilogy.
Yep.
Third one is not as good as the first two. They're, you know, both close. Like both Dark Knight Rises and Spider-Man 3 are very close to being. It's just I've rewatched them enough times, and I can't say that they're perfect trilogies.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think about it. Captain America, yeah, perfect trilogy. Riddick is definitely up there. But what I mean, really, what else is there? Like Lord of the Rings, yeah, that's a perfect trilogy.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings would be a perfect trilogy. Yeah, 100%.
You know, so.
But that's
not a lot. There's really not a lot. I mean,
you know, like I couldn't say that about Iron Man. That's not a perfect trilogy.
Nope, Thor's.
And it's again, trilogy. Iron Man 3 is one of the reasons why, but also Iron Man 2 is another. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Thor is not a perfect trilogy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's tough. It is tough. It's tough.
Of course, that all changes when the 4th Riddick comes out. It's no longer a trilogy.
Well, then is it a perfect quadrilogy? I guess.
Quadrilogy, and then that would be huge. I've never seen a perfect quadrilogy, ever.
Is John Wick a perfect trilogy?
Yeah.
No. Not for me. I think, you know what? Let me rewatch John Wick 3 again. Because I remember, I love the third, but I remember the desert sequence and the whole thing in
the whole Halle Berry stuff.
Yeah, I loved Halle Berry's character. I love the stuff with the dogs, but I just thought the cinematography wasn't as cool. I guess it's because like I'm used to the neon bright lights of John Wick 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then you get into that sequence and it's like it's darker, almost like it's, you know, it's the nighttime desert, right? So
this is probably my favorite quadrilogy at the moment.
I would actually have to say
I love these.
No. I love them, although I will say that American Reunion is the weakest of the 3, or of the 4, I should say.
Yeah.
The main reason is because of the Stifler stuff. So, like, Stifler's character arc through the first 3 movies is perfect. And then they end it, and you're like, oh, so he's like Stifler, but like we actually see that he's getting it. He's got a heart and he can be a human.
Yeah.
And then you watch Reunion, and then you're like, oh, back to square one?
Yeah, I know. All his character development's gone. So that would be the downfall. But fuck, I still love it. But it was a different, different writer-director on Reunion than the original ones.
Like, I would say, that, like, Reunion didn't need to be made.
No, I didn't. I mean...
American Wedding had to be made, whereas Reunion didn't need to be made. I will rewatch it because I don't want to get too harsh and then come back later and go, guys, I love it. It's a great movie. Like, I do remember enjoying it immensely, but that feeling that it didn't need to be made was too prevalent for me. And the huge backstep with Stifler. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I need
And
to.
oh wait, hold on, no. And then there was this shit with Mary Jim. That part there, I remember being like, oh, are they gonna get divorced? Type of thing. Like they played that storyline. I was like, no, that's so stupid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I still love it for nostalgia purposes.
Yeah, whatever. Nostalgia is not a get out of jail free card, right? Like you can't just sit there and say, you know what, nostalgia means this movie was great. Because if that was the case, Zoolander 2 would be amazing because of nostalgia. Because it's what, 10 years old now?
Yeah, no, that's I didn't watch Zoolander 2. No, I didn't watch Zoolander 2 because Anchorman 2 was garbage. So I was like, no, I got Zoolander 1 in my mind. It's good. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.